Module 4. Setting up your website. Your domain name. So up to now, you have learned what affiliate marketing is, how to research and choose a niche, and learned about affiliate programs and how they work. It's now time to finally build your online business. There are 3 factors that get you up and running online. A domain name, which is your address on the internet. A web host, this is where your website will be stored and accessed. And a website, your actual visual presence on the internet. So what should your domain name be? You want to think of a couple factors. The name reflects the niche you are in. The name is flexible enough so if you ever want to expand your niche. And the name is brandable. What do I mean by brandable? Well, if you were a visitor looking to buy a baby carrier, which website name would you trust more? BuyBestBabyCarriersNow.com? Or something that sounds a little more brandable, like BabySoClose.com. The first domain just sounds like somebody's trying to optimize for a keyword phrase. This actually often works and is known as an exact match domain, or an EMD. When somebody types in best baby carrier, because your domain has those keywords in it, you're a bit more likely to rank. Now, Google is a little smarter than to suddenly rank a website like that, though it wasn't that long ago that it was a real strategy, and to some extent it still works today. However, think about putting that domain name on your business card, or in your author bio when you write articles for somebody, or even in your LinkedIn profile. You would likely prefer a name that sounds brandable, something you can build on in the long term. So how about something like Baby So Close? Besides being just 3 words, it just sounds better and less spammy. Does it have all my keywords in the domain name? Well, no. But if somebody looks at the title, will they know what the website is about? With the word baby, they certainly will. It also conveys an emotional response, that of being close to your baby, which is exactly what happens if you wear a baby carrier or a sling. With BabySoClose.com, I can concentrate on baby carriers, but I also have the option to expand the niche out in the future, should I so choose. With this domain name, it would still make sense if I was also promoting cribs and other baby equipment later on. Of course, with the internet being nearly 30 years old, all the great domain names are long gone. Or are they? Well, when I did a check at GoDaddy, BabyCarrierGuides.com was available, and BabySoClose.com was available. It took me about a minute to come up with those names. Before we go and check to see if that domain name is still available, let's talk about how I brainstormed that domain name. So Baby So Close just came to me, but if you go back a couple slides, BabyCarrierGuides.com, I brainstormed using this formula right here. So if you're looking for a domain name, you simply take your niche keywords and add a suffix to it. So it could be central, home, point. So it could be baby carrier home, baby carrier points, baby carrier guide, stuff like that. Okay, or you could put a prefix before the domain name if those are all taken. So thebabycarrier.com, pro baby carriers, cyber baby carriers, stuff like that. But whatever you decide, I would concentrate more on the branding and less on stuffing keywords within your name. There's just one more step before you buy, and that is checking to see if the domain is clean. You may be buying a great sounding brandable domain, but no matter what you do, it never ranks on Google. Why would this be? Because it was registered in the past and was used for spam, Google knows this and has blacklisted it. Oops. To find this out beforehand, simply check the history of the domain by going to a service called Whois. These are services that check the backgrounds of domains and web hosts. So my favorite domain is domaintools.com, where you can simply type in your domain. So we're going to go through all these steps while we register our domain. So let's do that now. Let's go to GoDaddy. Okay, I'm already signed in. You could sign in or sign up for a free account. And now let's look for, we were thinking babycarrierguides.com. We want to see if that's available. Okay, it is available. And the other one we were thinking of is babysoclose.com. Okay, and that's also available. So there's still really great domain names out there. All you have to do is do a bit of brainstorming and go check. So my favorite tool to check for this is domaintools.com. So let's just open it up in another browser tab. Type in domain tools. Okay, and it's right there, domaintools.com. Oh, we actually want the whois lookup, so let's click that one. So it's whois.domaintools.com. And so now we can check to see the history of these domain names that we are planning to purchase. Okay, so let's check the first domain we were thinking of buying, babycarrierguides.com. Okay, it says this domain is not registered, never registered before, so it is a clean domain. Now we can just go back and check the other one, or we could just check it right here. babysoclose.com. Let's click enter. Okay, and same thing. It's never been registered before, and so it's a clean domain. If it did have history, it would show it here. It would say something like it was dropped a few times. Another thing is if the domain has been registered before, it might still be clean. It might still be okay. What you would do is go to a website called archive.org. And what this does is this records, it's also called the Wayback Machine. You simply enter the URL in there, and what I'm going to do is type a really old domain name I had a long time ago. I actually had a baby carrier site, and it was called babyinasling.com. So this actually shows the history of a domain, and you could probably tell right away whether it's spammy or not. So I registered it way back in 2006. Okay, there's no snapshots here. 2007. Okay, so these highlighted ones means that it has a recording of this site. So you would just simply click that. Okay, and it's going to retrieve the results. Okay, so this was actually my site way back when. Okay, so let's register our domain now. I've decided on babysoclose.com. Sure that's still available. Okay, so it is. So GoDaddy has deals every now and then, or usually all the time. So for the first year, you get it for this price, and as long as you do a 2-year registration. So since we want to keep this website going for quite a while, that's probably a good deal. So let's add to cart. Okay, and then continue to cart here. And what they'll do is they'll try to upsell you a bunch of stuff which you don't really need. You could use privacy protection. It's basically your information and email address and stuff like that would be protected, would be sort of blurred out or not available. I don't worry about that, so I'll say no thanks. It's $10 a year. Do not want to start our website with GoDaddy. We're going to go to another place for that. No thanks and no thanks. Okay, continue to cart. Okay, and then once you fill out all your information, then you have your new domain.